Hey everyone, Mario here. Today I wanted to discuss leaning down for muscle building. So individuals wanting to increase their level of muscular development, but also wanting to lean down at a hopefully more increased rate or a faster rate rather. So what can you do to lean down and still maintain that muscle size and hopefully increase muscle? There's a few things, and I'll list them really quickly. In terms of nutrition, I think a person needs to cut the amount of starchy carbs they're taking in. A lot of people are really overeating in that regard, and all it does is make you bloated. And if you're bloated, intestines increase in size. The stomach is going to send a signal to your brain, basically, asking for more food. So you're, making yourself more hungry and having sort of those cravings increased, and that creates a problem. So you might be overeating after in terms of amount of fat you're taking in, and but even if you're taking in an excess amount of protein as a result of that, it gets eventually stored as fat. It's something that's not good for your system. So it begins this sort of downward spiral. So there's that, and there's also, in terms of taking in too much starchy carbs, it's also basically providing your system with too much sugar. So those starchy carbs will eventually get translated into sugar, and if you always have sugar in your in your system, then what's going to happen is it makes your body much less efficient at burning fat when you do exercise, and especially if you're not doing that much exercise aside from, let's say, weight training, then it's going to create a huge problem. You're just going to be piling on the amount of body fat, and really, like I said, getting into this sort of downward spiral, and it just gets more and more, it's going to feel more and more difficult to lean down. So you want to make your body basically an engine for building muscle and burning fat, and still doing it in a healthy way. So one of the ways you can start with is, like I said, cutting the starchy carbs in, I'd say, about half of what would be considered a normal amount of starchy carb intake. So a lot of people are having like 2 cups of rice, and cooked rice, of course, with their meals, or 2 large potatoes. Cut that in half. 1 potato, even less, a little less than a cup of rice, maybe half a cup of rice. As long as it's kind of satisfies your cravings, it provides you with enough energy for your workouts, for just getting through the day, and of course, the being more regular. That is going to help. I don't want you to avoid starchy carbs. Definitely take them in, but reduce them by a little bit. What else can you do? Another thing you can do is, of course, increase your protein intake. And having more protein in your diet will likely lead to a little bit more muscle moving forward, and that will increase your metabolism. So it's not so separate as I sometimes make it out to be when I discuss muscle and fat and body composition. The two are related. One basically helps the other. We need fat in our system to protect our joints and our overall system and functioning, and it's not healthy to be at a 3% body fat year round. I mean, even competing athletes, when they get to that point, it's even if it's only for that one day, it's very that day of competition, it's very dangerous for some people to be at such a low percentage body fat. It could lead to blood clots and all sorts of issues, actually. Having a healthy amount of fat, a minimum amount of fat, and that would be under 10%, but it not going down to 5% body fat. That once again is competition shape, and it's not something you should endure for more than a day or two. So in any case, not getting into the specifics of things, cut the starchy carbs in half, increase protein, because I think as much as it's a cliche, and this is all bodybuilders, for example, will talk about, it's important to really get in enough protein, and I think a lot of people just don't do it. They say that they got their protein shakes, and they say they prepared their meals, but many times they won't have those frozen meals they prepared for themselves. They won't have two or three shakes a day. They'll almost forget about the tub of protein that's kind of stored in their cupboard. So yeah, just try to be consistent with that. Increase the amount of protein, not by an insane amount, just a little at a time, and see how your body reacts to that. Fruits, vegetables, I'd say take in as much as you want, because even if fruits are full of sugar, it's natural sugar, but also I think most people won't have like more than one fruit a day aside from like a banana in the morning. So they'll have an orange or an apple, or some grapes, or some strawberries, or some watermelon, but they're likely not having all of those, or two or more portions of those per day. Like I said, a lot of people have a banana in the morning, but afterwards, like, the only fruit they might have is just one of those. So you can have up to 3 fruits, or 3 portions of fruits a day. Aside from that, the vegetable intake, really vegetables are basically fruits without, so packed with vitamins, but without the high level of sugar. So you can have as much as you want every day. Once again, a person's not going to have that many vegetables a day. So it helps you be more regular. It provides with a little bit of additional fiber, and it's just good for your immune system, and this goes for, of course, fruits as well. Very good for your immune system. Provides antioxidants, and just helps clean your system out, and proper functioning of the brain, improved mood. There's many benefits to having a balanced sort of diet. I don't think you should focus on these purely like high meat diets. Not that I see anything wrong with eating meat, but I think there's an exaggeration going on in the fitness world right now, and for the last couple of years, in terms of finding a sort of diet that tailors to a specific goal, but it's almost like an extreme diet, and people suffer in other areas. So you might build that muscle but develop a blood clot or something like that. So don't overdo it. Don't eat just chicken and like broccoli. I mean, you need a balanced diet. You can have your starchy carbs, you can have your fruits, just keep those things limited, and so that's really it. Increased protein. I wouldn't say anything else in terms of nutrition. I think most people eat all right. If you're really eating like fast food 3 times a day, you might want to check that, keep that in check, and start reverting to preparing your meals, and of course having them. So healthier meals with whole foods, like I said, rice, potatoes, couscous, those things don't need to be avoided, just limited. So same goes for like oatmeal in the morning. Cut that by about half. Okay, in terms of exercise, cardio maximum 3 times per week. For I sometimes say up to 30 minutes, but if it's as intense as I would recommend it to be, then 20 minutes is more than enough. So a quick 20-minute workout, quick yet fairly difficult 20-minute workout. So twice per week. So 2 and maybe 3. 3 is for a person that needs to lose like 30 pounds or more, I'd say. But once you get to a point where you only have about 20 stubborn pounds of fat to lose, then move it back towards 2 times per week. And once again, 20-minute workouts, intense as intense as you can make it, while keeping it consistent through that 20-minute workout. So you're not doing an interval training where you're kind of like walking and resting and then like running up stairs, like doing two stories or something of stairs quickly, and so it's like this insanely intense fight, like 2 minutes, and then like 2 minutes of like resting. Like I would suggest it to be constant. It makes it more doable. You can listen to music while you do it. It's not something that it feels so unnatural that provides almost like too much of a shock to your system. I think that's one of the reasons why people have a difficult time being consistent with their workouts, is because they sometimes approach things in too much of an extreme way. I'm a person that has a very balanced philosophy in terms of muscle building and leaning down, and you know what? In the end, you're in a better mood. You get sometimes better results, and honestly, it won't feel as much as a struggle as someone else might make it out to be, and even someone from the outside, looking towards you won't say, wow, this is like, it takes too much dedication to achieve the body you have. They can look at your workouts, follow you, and maybe try it out for themselves, because they'll see that it's really we're just trying to create a balanced lifestyle, yet still achieving incredible results. So that's what I try to preach. Real results for real people, real results, but incredible results for real people who have real lives and who are busy outside of this endeavor of muscle building that we've taken on. So once again, you could be lean. I'm currently in the process of doing this for myself. We're doing cardio about 2-3 times per week, and I had a little bit, I was in that 30 pound range, 30 or more pound range of body fat that I needed to lose. So I was doing about cardio for 3 times per week, and now soon I'll be moving it towards 2, and it works like a charm. It works for like everybody I've ever met, even a person that's like has once again a severe amount of body fat that they need to lose. Even cardio twice per week, 20 minutes, fairly intense. And for a person that is heavier, of course, walking might be that intense workout. I'm not asking you to do something specific, because everybody's different and at a different level, and some people could take more, some people could take less. It really depends on you. So as I often say, this is a guide, just like my ebook. It's called Natural Muscle Guide. I hesitated because I didn't want to put in a shameless plug, but since I'm talking about it, you can check it out at web.org/natural-muscle, and it has everything basically I know on these subjects of muscle building and fat burning. And it's really, really simple, just like the advice in this video. Extremely simple, but the results will be incredible. And you could be consistent with this. You can enjoy your workouts. You could start loving, muscle building and resistance training, and and even cardio with these sort of more relaxed philosophies that are once again very balanced. And that's the key, is creating a sort of harmony in your workouts and in your nutritional regimen and in your amount of rest that you have per day. I mean, you're going to find that it doesn't take out much from your life. If anything, it just gives back. It gives you results, but it also gives you more energy in other areas, and makes you feel good, and not, instead of being tired all the time and cranky and in a bad mood, like I think you'll find that this will work extremely well for you. So try it out. Once again, the site's web.org, and a direct link to the ebook is web.org/natural-muscle, and it's been reduced recently in terms of price, so there's a little sale going on, and I hope all of this helps you. Okay, I hope to hear from you soon, and if you ever need to get in touch, it's web.org/contact. And it's my site, there's nobody else managing it, so it's a direct email to me. All right, hope to hear from you soon. Ciao.